Hi everyone, I'm Antipodish and the team of 1002. Myself, my lovely girlfriend, and 1000 of Yumis, which you can see walking around. The pure purpose is a distraction of my development. Um, no, they got more importance here in the game, but today this is my first type of this video, and I would like to talk just briefly about the UI development. I had a chat with a few of my followers, and I really appreciate their presence. They asked me how long it's gonna be taking to make this UI, the current changes, and I did mention previously maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, but now it's over a month and it's still going. So to be honest, it will be still going. It is a huge endeavor, which I'm thinking, oh gosh, what I have done, but here we are. So what about this UI? So this UI is focused on modding and refactoring of old UI. It's still not finished, it's still in development, it takes a lot of time. Need to consider also split screen and other features. Modability is as well the big feature, big part of this UI. Graphics is not important here. The graphics will change over the time. The main important aspect is the actually the functionality. Okay, this is the main menu. This video will be a bit more technical, but hopefully I will going to keep it short. So here is simple menu. You can open, close. The idea as well, you can close it by clicking outside. Just here will, for example, won't work, but you can click outside and it will close, as well as on the resume. And the component which currently is not functional is the holding the button to close. So I haven't just linked it yet to exit the lobby. So some buttons will require the holding, some doesn't. So for example, instead of having prompt, which you require to press yes and no, yes, I want to exit the lobby, or no, basically it's holding the button. Also, there is feedback, which is still in rework. The drop down on the categories and the field boxes. So this is as well part of the mods. Another thing which we have here is the panel, which is returning panel from the previous the design is still as well in work, but some stuff already working. So we got this construction UI, which is on the right hand side. This will evolve over the time. Some function does work, some doesn't, but I'm still in progress of working this as well. New things which is coming here is, this is actually prototype, like a skill state. So we got progress, we got like red zone, also there's like negative aspect or positive aspect, and as well as we have like total progression. I'm not gonna go details, what is this for exactly, not yet, but this will be going in the future as I will be progressing. So other icons which was present is this free camera, fog of war, so you can zoom in, and when you zoom into the character, you will see it is changing in top left corner. So it informs about the state of the camera. So a bit more about the modding, how it works. We have like modding directory in the UMeFate. It will land later in the documents or app data system. Won't be directly in the game, maybe beside the core files. But this now the all UI is what you see here is made with modding features. It will be possible to change icons, make it layout and functionality. Certain things I decide, at least not now, to not make them moddable. So basically there are components, they're like a prefabs, which is a side on the engine, and basically the modders will be able to use those components. So let's see, for example, main menu. So main menu, we have layout, localization, Lua. we can look in localization, layout. So this is the structure of the main menu and Lua. For example, in generic, it's more about the Lua structure, the functionality, but we got also icons. The icons can be in any folder, and we can see the icons which are part of the design. We see those, and we have something like config icons. So I have already opened this somewhere. So we, for example, got icons which we have stating the name of the icon, reference the location is the camera, and the keyword or the ID. So this ID will be or can be used in the different UI elements to reference those. Another aspect which is still in progress is the localization. The idea of localization that basically you will be able to change the language. So again, we got keyword, and then we got explanation on the wording, menu, main menu, let's say. So we got open, resume, options, exit lobby, save game. So those names are actually happening in the menu. So yeah, those, and as well the tooltips. So they were one of the things which I really wanted to have. Do I have tooltips on every component possible? They can be enabled, disabled, but they add some depth and explanation. Then I don't need to have all description on each icon. So another aspect is naturally, so okay, the layout. So when we go to the layout, let's say map editor, which is actually more complex one, we're starting with the root of the layout. So we can see, for example, the structure. So rooted splits, how it will laying out the whole UI. We have section like on the top, on the right hand side, and on the bottom, limiting how much space we want to have from the bottom, because I will have another UI elements on the bottom. So we got definition those, and later we got from the root, we got middle section, we got right section, and in the right section we got map editor actually. So this is the map editor. So when I open this, we can see those like header, and we got to see the button group. So there is the group of the bottom of buttons. So this, and this is the header. We got some options, and this is like whole big scroll bar. So look at there. So we got those buttons, and we got scroll view. So there is a scroll bar. It's defining the actual scroll bar. There's no other components in here. But then when we go with the map editor, scroll view, and content, then we got those elements which are happen to be here. So let's say blueprint is not finished, but let's say what we got snap grid here. So we can open this one, and we can see that we got the prefab names, which I mentioned, the prefab name of the component from coming from the engine. So it is contain the color and in general the design, the layout. So they're all prefabs elements, all sliders, and the other components looks more or less the same. You can notice that there's clip there and there's no space. Maybe there should be like small more margin, but there's something which to be designed. I specifically left it with a 0, no set, so this can be set later on once the all layouts are designed and placed in. And we got those buttons, the toggle buttons and sliders. So it's definition of sliders. Of course, there is localization reference, and in terms of the buttons, we got the as well as localization in terms of tooltips. We got icons, key, or the ID. And last thing, which as well is important. So if we go, let's say, to main menu, we got Lua, and Lua defines basically the logic, what's happened when the specific button is pressed. So if I have the menu, I got resume. So we press resume. I'm doing there's some logging to the console. at the moment in the engine, but in the future, as I spoke with other people, my followers, then they suggest that we've been discussing about having the console for the Lua. And here there is the logic to set the value. Basically, there is the press the button and the visibility of the component, so the menu should close and nothing should be open. So specifically defining this is closing, as well as the feedback is closing, but it can open any other component of the UI that will be, let's say, in the ribbon on the left-hand side, where this one, when it's opened, when opens one of the panel or closes, then its references all in Lua. So I suppose that's the most important part which I want to show you for now. This is still in progress. It takes much longer than anticipated, but I decide, okay, let's do it. And like I did with split screen, which I thought would be quicker, but at least now I see the pain off that I did it early, because everything else is affected, right? The UI, the upcoming AI design, the autonomy of all characters and all that, and how the interaction will be built around. So I'm happy that actually I did that before, like in early this year, and I'm doing this UI. I'm believing that this will reflect further development and will ease certain aspects, and as well as allow later the changes. So for certain changes, I don't need to restart the engine. I need to restart the game. I can change them at fly. So that's the major benefit of having this kind of system. That's the major thing which I wanted to show, and basically the UI modding and in progress. So I'll speak to you later, and hopefully, and I'll see you then. See ya.